Hi, it's me, Chio. Welcome. Today I'll be talking about a problem every writer goes through, writer's block. We all go through it, we all want to know how to avoid it. I have the solution for you. Before I get started, take a second to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Okay, let's get started. Between school, work, and family, there's never enough time to get your writing done, especially if you're trying to make your writing a full-time career and you just can't afford it yet. So it's always frustrating when you're able to carve out just enough time to get a little written and you're stuck staring at your paper or screen. This is writer's block, and I'm going to give you 10 ways to avoid it or get through it. Number one, set daily targets. It can be overwhelming thinking of the grand scheme of things between the amount of work you have to write, editing, and publication. Even thinking of if your fans are going to like the book. There's just so much chatter going on in your mind that you forget to actually focus on the moments. Instead of thinking of writing 50,000 words, you can think of I have to write 500 or 1,000 words today. If you do that, your mind will be clear and you can focus more on your writing. Number two, talk with other writers. No one understands writing as much as another writer. They understand how stressful it can be. So whether it's meeting people online or offline, find a writer to talk to. Even if they can't help you with the exact situation you're going through, just listening to you or sharing their own experiences with you could go a long way into encouraging you to write, because they understand you best. They know the stresses people go through. They know the stresses writers face when they're writing their book. So don't see writer's block as something you're going through on your own. Many writers go through this together. So find someone who you can share this experience with, and they would encourage you to write your book. Number three, speak with a mentor. Someone who has gone through all this and has all the knowledge to give you helps you a lot in your writing, because they know the challenges of writing your first draft, of editing your work, of all the processes of writing. Speaking to someone who has this experience can help you understand what you should and shouldn't do. You can learn from their own lifestyle, learn from their own choices, and know what works best for you. Find a mentor, whether it's another writer or someone else in the writing community. It might be an editor or an agent or a bookstore owner. They've seen writers come and go. They understand what they face. They've heard stories that you might not hear from anyone else. So meet someone who is in the writing community and has had this experience. They will help you a lot in your writing and help you understand what it is you need to do and avoid writer's block. Number four, be held accountable. Basically, finding someone you look up to and telling them, I'm going to write this book, helps you a lot in writing, because trust me, when you have someone breathing down your neck or someone you have to impress, you're going to want to get that book written, because you're going to be thinking, if I don't finish this, they're going to think I'm not serious. Having those words out there in the open, declaring it, writing it down, saying I am going to write my book, goes a long way into helping you write your book. Because if you're thinking to yourself that you want to write something and you don't get that thing written, you can just say, oh, it was just a thought. That is not encouraging enough. That is not motivational enough. Get it written down. Say out loud, I am going to write this book. In fact, say it with me. I am going to write this book. Tell it to a mentor, tell it to a friend. Just make sure you have someone or something that is keeping you accountable to this work. Number five, set a deadline. It's not enough to say you're going to write a book. You have to give yourself a time frame in which this work is going to be written. Because if you're thinking, I'm going to write a book, you can keep pushing it by a day, a week, a month, years and years and years. Don't do that. Give yourself a fixed time, whether it's in 1 month or in 1 year. Just so that this is the amount of time you need to write this quality of work or write according to your skill sets. Because it's a toss-up between a sprint or a marathon. But if you don't know where the finish line is, you would never really make the effort to get there. So just decide what amount of work you need to put in, how long you need to get it done, and before you know it, you're going to be making schedules and getting your book written. Number six, switch it up. Setting goals and deadlines isn't always enough to get your work written. Most of the time, the problem with writer's block is the lack of inspiration. So go out and try something new. Inspiration strikes anywhere, so go out and find it. Whether it's with new people, new places, even new food, anything can help give an idea of something you want to write. If it's to start a book or a point in your book where you can't finish, just finding another element outside can help you add to your book. So, yes, go out. Writers don't have to stay indoors all the time. Number 7, read a book. That one should be obvious, right? But most writers say they don't have time to read. What's writing if you're not reading? It's a learning experience. You don't know everything. You can't imagine everything no matter how creative you are. So reading people's works, reading history, reading text, reading anything goes a long way into helping you write. You have to read to write, but don't sacrifice your writing time to read and don't sacrifice your reading time to write. Learn to balance the two. You can carve out 30 minutes to read each day or 1 hour or whatever works best for you. Just make sure that you have a moment when you're reading and a moment when you're writing. It doesn't even have to be at the same time. You can fix the beginning of the month to read and end of the month to write so that you won't get cluttered with too much things to do. Just make sure you're reading. Also, while you're reading, make sure you're reading on what is important to your genre, because some people like reading things that they don't necessarily write. And while knowledge can come from anywhere, it's important you're reading what you're writing. I mean, if you're going to be writing a horror story, you shouldn't spend most of your reading time on romance books. That just won't help your writing, obviously. Number 8, same time, same place. As much as going out to experience new things helps you in writing, you have to create your routine. Repetition helps. Repetition is key. Just knowing that you're going to sit down at one place at the same time to write every day helps your brain create a pattern. Because even when you go there and sit down and you can't think of anything to write, your brain automatically thinks it's writing time. So go ahead, sit down there and stare at your book for as long as it takes. Your brain is going to be saying it's time to write, and that's when your creativity is going to shine the most. So fix a routine, get a time and a place you are comfortable writing in, and write. Number 9, balance diet and exercise. I know we all hate it, but we all have to do it. I can't tell you how many times I had to get up and do a little bit cardio before I was able to write. I found that the days I exercised are my most productive days. So just start doing something little, whether it's jogging, using a treadmill, anything to just get your blood pumping and those brain juices flowing. That goes a long way into helping you write. Same for a balanced diet. I find that days when I eat heavy meals, I'm too sluggish and sleepy to get anything written. While when I eat really light meals, I burn through it so fast that I have to get up halfway during the writing process and I can't even get my writing done. And getting back is always challenging. So if you're eating something balanced, it doesn't matter if you have a snack by your side when you're writing, just eat something balanced first. That way you're in the mind space to actually get something written. Number 10, reward yourself. Who doesn't love a good reward? I started a pattern for myself that helped me a long way throughout my writing. I was in a boarding school and the meals were limited, so the snacks were special, even if they were so small. So instead of eating it, I'd keep it up for the last moment and focus on all my assignments and the writing I was doing because I was writing right then. And when I accomplished this, I would eat. So just knowing that I had that reward at the end motivated me to do my assignments, even if I was tired after a long day in school, and still be able to write a chapter or two in my book. So reward yourself. Even if it's not snacks, you can reward yourself with hangouts with friends or shopping or partying if you like to party. Anything that you find rewarding can be set as a reward. Just don't indulge in it until you've gotten that task you set aside done. Bonus point, create a music playlist for writing. I didn't add this to my 10 steps because I don't practice it, because I find music distracting when I write. So if you're like me, don't do it. But I've spoken to a lot of writers and they all claim that having a music playlist helps them in their writing. Some of them prefer upbeat songs that get them pumping and the mood, while others prefer calm, slow music that keeps them level headed when they write. So if that works for you, create a playlist that helps you write. That will help you concentrate better. Funny enough, I found that having movies play where I am has helped me in my writing because it's kind of random sounds, but it's also controlled. So when there's a movie playing in the background, I write better. So maybe you want to give that a try too. Now, for some tough love. If you can't follow even up to 5 of these things I mentioned, you have to reevaluate your position as a writer. Do you really want to be writing? Because writing takes a lot of dedication and commitment and a lot of inspiration and creativity. A lot of people think writing is easy, but it definitely is not easy. You'd forget time when you're writing. So make sure you're following this list I gave you because that would help you a lot in your writing game. And when you think about it, if because of you're not in the mood to write, you don't write, would you ever get anything done? Just think about your teachers. If they said, I wasn't in the mood to teach you, where would you be today? Or if you're sick and you go to the hospital and your doctor says, I'm not in the healing mood. Exactly. So, yes, focus on your writing. Whether you're writing to make money or writing to give few people to read, it's still work, so treat it as such. Stop avoiding it and go write something now, but not until you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. You can also share this video with your writing friends who have been saying they want to produce a book but haven't done it yet. If they are looking for inspiration and rhythm to get them writing, this video is the best for them. And if you have your work ready and you're thinking of publishing, there's a little eye somewhere up there. Click it and you find tips that will help you in publishing. That's all I have for you today. The comment section is open. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.